Nobody touched the lights, nobody stopped the reel. She's got something to say, and it's gonna hurt for real. She walked in slow with rain on her coat and 1,000 bad memories caught in her throat. The band went quiet when she crossed that floor, like they knew this night would ask for more. The piano waited, the organ sighed, and every old secret found somewhere to hide. They said, "Don't go too far." She said, "I already fell." They said, "Keep it together." She said, "Together went to hell." She broke the room when she opened her soul. She broke the room, made the old table roll. Too much pain, too much pain, too much truth, too much truth. She broke the room, and the room broke too. Broke too, broke too, broke too, broke too. She broke the room, and the room broke too. The drummer hit soft like a man afraid. The trumpet bent low like it knew her name. She held that microphone like a holy thing, then let out the hurt she could never bring. A woman in the corner started crying alone, like the song had found every wound she owned. They wanted a record. She gave them a scar. They wanted a moment. She gave them who they are. She broke the room when she opened her soul. She broke the room, made the old table roll. Too much pain, too much pain, too much truth, too much truth. She broke the room, and the room broke too. Maybe some songs don't heal you. Maybe some songs reveal. Maybe the truth sounds ugly before it starts to feel real. Maybe a broken woman can still carry the flame. Maybe the room was waiting for somebody to say its name. She broke the room, but the room came alive. She broke the room, and the soul survived. Too much pain, too much pain, too much truth, too much truth. She broke the room, and the room broke too. Nobody touched the lights. Nobody touched the lights. Nobody stopped the reel. Nobody stopped the reel. Some nights don't end, they just learn how to feel. Lord, have mercy tonight. The choir stood behind me, dressed in smoke and sorrow, singing like nobody there believed in tomorrow. The organ rolled heavy, like thunder before rain, and every note inside that room carried somebody's pain. I held the microphone gently, like it bruised my hands, trying not to fall apart before the whole band. They said, let heaven carry it. I said, heaven left me tired. They said, sing something hopeful. I said, hope caught fire. Ashes in the choir, smoke around the lights. Ashes in the choir, praying through the night. Too much sorrow, too much flame. Ashes in the choir, still singing through the pain. Still singing, still burning, still carrying flame. The drummer played brushes soft against the snare, like it didn't want to wake what was sleeping in the air. The trumpet sounded lonely, like a train it closed in time, and every old heartbreak started falling into line. A woman near the doorway closed her eyes to breathe, like the song was pulling loose everything she couldn't leave. They wanted sweet salvation. I gave them trembling truth. Some songs sound like heaven, some sound like wasted youth. Ashes in the choir, smoke around the light. Ashes in the choir, praying through the night. Too much sorrow, too much flame. Ashes in the choir, still singing through the pain. Maybe every broken prayer leaves dust in the room. Maybe every shattered dream still knows how to bloom. Maybe voices full of sorrow still carry the choir, like ghosts still standing there. Ah, too much sorrow, too much flame, ashes in the choir, still singing through the pain. Still singing, still singing, still burning. Still singing, still burning, still burning. The band kept playing, but nobody danced. Midnight hit slow, like a bruise turning blue. The whiskey stopped working, and the lies did too. The piano sounded colder than it did before, like every chord remembered who walked out that door. Smoke covered the ceiling like a tired prayer, and every soul in that room could feel a heartbreak there. They said, play something softer, but soft don't survive. After midnight, sorrow starts coming alive. Nobody danced after midnight, nobody moved at all. Nobody danced after midnight, after her voice hit the wall. Too much truth, too much rain. Nobody danced after midnight. They just stood inside the pain. Stand still, stand near. The soul got heavy in here. The drummer stopped smiling halfway through the song, like he suddenly realized something had gone wrong. The trumpet bent low, like a goodbye in June, and the choir sounded distant, like ghosts in another room. A man at the back bar put his drink down slow, like her voice had reached somewhere he didn't want to go. They wanted another heartbreak tune, something easy to forget. She gave them the kind of sorrow that never leaves your chest. Nobody danced after midnight, nobody asked for more. Nobody danced after midnight, after the tears hit the floor. Too much truth, too much blame. No, nobody danced after midnight. Nothing felt the same. Maybe some nights stay with you long after they end. Maybe midnight till the band stopped playing. Too much truth, too much truth, too much truth, too much rain, much rain. Nobody danced after midnight, and nobody looked the same. The band kept playing, but nobody danced. Turn the light low. You can still hear her and hear the room went quiet, but the silence stayed loud, like her voice was still hanging somewhere above the crowd. The piano keys trembled long after she stopped, and the smoke in the ceiling moved like it couldn't drop. A glass sat untouched near the edge of the bar, like the whole night forgot where we really are. They said the song is over, but nobody believed. Some voices don't leave rooms once the soul starts to bleed. Her voice stayed in the walls long after the band went home. Her voice stayed in the walls, turning silence into stone. Too much hurt, too much flame. Her voice stayed in the walls, still whispering her name. Still there, still near, still breathing in here. The drummer packed slowly, like he didn't want to go. The trumpet player stared down at the floor below. A woman near the doorway held her coat to her chest, like the song had touched something she never confessed. The old tape kept spinning, soft under the light, like the room itself was afraid of the night. They wanted another session, another song to survive. But some nights change a room and leave the walls alive. Her voice stayed in the walls long after the crowd was gone. Her voice stayed in piano started crying before I ever touched the mic. I walked in wearing heartbreak like perfume on my skin, trying to hide the shaking, but the night already knew where I'd been. The old piano looked tired, like it carried too many ghosts, and every chord it played sounded like someone I loved the most. Smoke floated slowly upward under amber light, like every broken memory came back tonight. They said, "Don't fall apart in here." I said, "That already happened." They said, "Leave the pain outside." I said, "The pain is what walked in." The piano knew before I did that goodbye was coming near. The piano knew before I did there was sorrow in the air. Too much truth, too much rain, too much rain. The piano knew before I did nothing would feel the same. Play low, play slow. Some wounds already know. The drummer stayed gentle, like a man scared to breathe. The trumpet sounded lonely, like something trying to leave. A woman near the back wall closed her eyes to pray, like the song had opened something she kept away. I held the microphone softly, but my hand still shook, like every promise I trusted finally gave me that look. They wanted another love song, something easy to survive, but some nights sound different when the soul comes alive. The piano knew before I did that my heart was already gone. The piano knew before I did, before the choir joined along. Too much truth, too much blame, too much blame. The piano knew before I did nothing would stay the same. Maybe old instruments remember every trembling hand. Maybe sorrow leaves fingerprints most people never understand. Maybe the piano heard what I was too scared to say. Maybe broken hearts arrive long before they break. The piano knew before I did that the room would never heal. The piano knew before I did what the old tape would reveal. Too much stay the same. The piano started crying before I ever touched the mic. Don't ask me to sing sweet tonight. The room smelled like old whiskey and somebody else's regret. Every musician in there looked like they carried debt. The organ rolled slowly like thunder before rain, and every little silence sounded heavy with pain. I stepped to the microphone with my heart in pieces still, trying to sing through memories most women never will. They said, give them something softer. I said, soft already died. They said, sound a little innocent. I said, that woman never survived. Too late to sound innocent, too late to pretend. Too much smoke in my lungs, too many nights to defend. Ah, too late to sound innocent. The truth already won. Some songs stop being music the moment the soul comes undone. Too late, too gone. Too much hurt to sing small. The drummer dropped his eyes when the choir came in, like he knew redemption couldn't erase where we've been. The trumpet cried quietly like a tired goodbye, and every trembling note hung low against the night sky. A woman near the doorway started whispering loud, like the room had become something nobody prepared for. They wanted velvet sadness. I gave them bruised and real. Some songs don't entertain, some songs force you to feel. Too late to sound innocent, too late to disguise. Too much sorrow in my chest, too much truth in my eyes. Ah, too late to sound innocent. The mask already fell. Some women stop surviving the moment they sing too well. Maybe innocence leaves slowly like smoke after rain. Maybe broken hearts learn music just to survive the pain. Maybe every old recording still carries hidden scars. Maybe soul music lives inside what breaks us apart. Too late to sound innocent, still trembling in Don't ask me to sing Sweet Tonight. No roll counted in. She just started singing. The room was dim, the ashtrays full. Every time musician already knew the rules. But something changed when she touched that note. Like every hidden sorrow rose into her throat. The piano slowed down, the drummer lost time, and the trumpet player stared like he just watched her cry. They said, don't shake the room, but the room was shaking first. Some women don't sing softly after surviving hurt. The band forgot to breathe when she opened up her soul. The band forgot to breathe when the old tape started to roll. Too much truth, too much fire. The band forgot to breathe, and the whole room climbed higher. Hold still, don't move. The soul came through. The choir sounded distant, like ghosts under rain, and every little harmony carried somebody's pain. A woman near the doorway dropped a cigarette slow, like the song it found somewhere she didn't wanna go. I watched the engineer freeze beside the reel, like he suddenly understood how dangerous truth can feel. They wanted polished heartbreak, something easy to survive. But some songs wake the dead The night had gone. Oh, too much truth, too much truth, too much flame. The band forgot to breathe. Nothing stayed the same. Nobody counted in. She just started singing. Leave the lights low. This is the last confession. The smoke hung heavy under amber light, like the whole room knew we were nearing the end tonight. The piano sounded softer, the choir stayed near, and every little silence felt louder than fear. I stood beside the microphone with shaking hands again, trying to leave one final truth inside the tape before the end. They said, that's enough now, but enough never healed me. They said, let the sorrow rest, but sorrow still feels me. When the reels stopped turning, the room stayed frozen still. When the reels stopped turning, the silence felt too real. Too much soul, too much soul, too much pain, too much pain. When the reels stopped turning, nothing stayed the same. Still turning, still turning, still near, still near. You can still feel her here. The drummer closed his eyes like a man saying grace. The trumpet bent low around the empty space. A woman near the doorway held her coat against her chest, like the song had touched something she never confessed. The organ kept trembling like church bells in rain, and every tired soul inside could feel my hidden pain. They wanted a clean goodbye, but goodbye came torn. Some songs don't end softly, some songs stay reborn. When the reels stop turning, the old tape still cried. When the reels stop turning, the soul refused to hide. Too much truth, too much truth, too much flame, too much flame. When the reels stop turning, nothing stayed the same. Maybe every studio keeps ghosts inside the wood and wire. Maybe every broken note still carries hidden fire. Maybe They just